there. Way to go, bro.
I told him just tell me when it's live.
I leave for 2
He didn't
seconds.
tell me, bro.
I did.
Unbelievable.
You did?
Yeah, I
Danny
said-
always he doesn't mess up. You know it's not his
Come
fault.
on, bro. I do.
I got nothing.
Ooh, there it
He's
is.
got nothing
That's
in
nice.
his headphones.
I can hear that. I can hear you tap a ruin.
How's
Oh,
that?
there we go. There we go. I hear that.
See you, brother.
Peace. What's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
The show before the show. This is our pre 5 p.m. podcast.
Pre-5. What? Yeah, I thought it was later than it is. I mean, 4:54, but I thought it was a little later than that. That's good.
When
That's
does
good.
the alert go out? The notification.
In 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Dun, 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 dun.
That would have been awesome because it is 4:55.
But this is on a delay.
Yeah, true.
So it might have
gonna be-
actually worked.
Well, no, my computer still says 4:54 in real time.
That's what I'm saying. People won't
Yeah,
hear
but I
this
still
for
s-
another 30 seconds.
Right, but I still said that in real. You know what I mean? Like it still didn't sync up with me saying that, which is what would be fun.
I don't
for
think you
us.
understand. Like
No,
your
I
brain is
do.
not functioning
No,
correctly.
I get what you're saying. I'm saying that
If it did
in
it for
real
us.
life, it didn't do
In
it.
real life, it could have done it because they're hearing us
30 seconds later.
in their own
Yes,
real life.
I get that. I get
Okay.
that.
Hi, everyone. This is this is the conversations we have. So
There it is.
there we go. That was probably pretty close.
Pretty close. That's cool.
On Fridays is the only day currently of the week that we work together in person. So, it's fun to kind of wrap up the work day with the podcast. But these are the types of conversations that happen on in-person workday Fridays.
There are some pretty classic conversations that we should probably be recording more often, but they're good. You guys miss out on some pretty good stuff on Fridays.
Classic conversations.
We're talking right now about, so this is the show before the show. We're going to talk about this on the real show too, but I just want to shout out because it's fresh on my mind. If you guys are listening, I want some ideas for this. All right. We have an after party. Brawl in the Burgh 20 after
By the way,
party.
this after party, Hunter and I went there yesterday. Hunter had been there before, saw how awesome this place is. It is going to be such a good time for this after party and the weigh-ins even. I mean,
Yeah,
weigh-ins are a different thing, but
sure.
the after party is going to be hype.
Oh my goodness.
So much fun.
The owners of this place are amazing.
Yep.
The staff is amazing. And
You're all right. You
the
have Tourette's
space
over
in
there?
general-
Yeah, no, it's a
Getting attacked.
message, a response to a message I sent out, and it's a little troublesome.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
We'll keep that on the back burner for now. We'll let those two figure this out while I share something way more fun. Yeah, dude, I sent the blitz. What up? Hype 1 week. Yeah, dude, 1 week out. This is insane. So this after party's at the Coxcomb in Murraysville. And this place, like Ryan said, it's a great place. It's an amazing place. But here's the deal with the after party, right? They're going to have like food and drink specials for you guys. But we're going to theme some food and drinks and things like that. We want some like fighter named food and drinks. So share your ideas for like a fighter cocktail. For instance, the Cowboy Eddie cocktail. That's a terrible example. Do not say that. Don't do that. But like a sniper shot or a mullet man margarita. Something like that.
Ooh,
That was a pretty good one.
Margarita.
The mullet man margarita. That's pretty good. Stuff like that. So share your ideas for like fun drink and food special names. Jaden.
The Siebert Sipper.
How about Jaden Big Cheese Blake? He's got to be a pizza. The Big
Mhm.
Cheese Pizza. Come on.
The big cheese
The
pizza.
Big Cheese.
Before we go live, guys, this was the coolest. Last night was one of my funnest nights I've had as a human being on the face of this earth.
Whoa.
I spent 6.5 hours with Hunter's mom and dad, and it was awesome. Hunter wasn't there. And so we just spent time talking about it. Was like he was there, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
spent a lot of time. We all three of us have a mutual, parental outlook on Hunter.
You have to parent me everywhere I go.
So we had a blast. So shout out to the Homestead family. Like awesome time last night up in where do they live? West
Sunbury.
West Sunbury.
West
Sunbury, PA is far.
It's outside Butler. Yeah, so and Butler's far. But it's funny because they said we grew up in South Central Pennsylvania, a little town called McConnellsburg, close to Breezewood, if you guys know that. So my parents, when my sister and I graduated and moved out, they wanted to move closer. So they moved to Pittsburgh by moving to outside Butler 20 minutes. Like it's still basically as far as our hometown. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. They're pretty cool. Oh, and they just joined. Look at that. You summoned them, Ryan.
I summoned my
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. We're going to Disney World. Oh, man. Apparently, our Sony camera is giving us some technological difficulty. So we're going to stick to some tighter shots this episode unless it figures itself out, which is fine. These cameras
Let me check it out. We should be live soon.
It's just not charging properly. I don't know why. So it keeps dying for some reason. Not great. Not great, Buff. Maybe leave it off so it charges a little bit. Yeah. Like let it build up some charge and then
it should
shrug that bad John on.
With that thing, it should be able to charge.
It should be. It should be. You would think that. Look at that. Jimothy Mooney has joined the chat. Whoa. Hi, it's the mom. Hi, Mom. Thanks for joining. We're going to talk about good stuff.
Good stuff. It's 5 o'clock here.
Dude. 5 o'clock somewhere, and that somewhere is in Hickory, Pennsylvania. The BitB20 Mega Show, ladies and gentlemen.
We are 1 week out from weigh-ins, folks.
Will we be going over the whole card? We just got a question. Yes, we will. We'll be going over the whole card. Obviously, we'll be spending a little more time on some matchups than others, but yeah, this whole card is complete fire, and we definitely want to bring attention to that. So, yes, sir.
So make sure you preste atenciones.
Dude. That was worse than a chipmunk voice, bro.
Don't do it.
Yeah, Danny, don't.
No, please.
Don't.
Okay, do it. Okay, do it. We're the chipmunks. Alvin.
Now Dad's in here too. The whole Homestead clan. Look at this. All coming out. What a time to be alive. I also want to shout out James Lido, Las Vegas Lido, real quick. Got us tickets to the pit match tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. That's cool. Wrestling, dude, live college wrestling is
You're not
cool.
going to make it.
No, we're not going to make it, but I'll make it. I'll show up in time for like the heavyweight match.
Well, I mean, depends on
how we do it. Let's go. Let's get after it. Let's get out after it so I can get me and Danny Palm wants to go to. Obviously, the biggest wrestling fan in Western PA. He can grapple Mike Wilkins for that title. How's that sound, Danny Palm? You want to grapple Mike Wilkins for the title?
No.
That would sell so many tickets, though. Let's go. You'd make some cash, dude. Would you grapple Mike Wilkins at Sprawl in the Burgh 3?
No.
No. Just no.
Why didn't he give the Mafia beatdown answer?
Which would be?
Listen. How was it? How did it go? It was something like you're gonna either buy tickets or you're gonna order the pay-per-view or don't talk to me.
Or don't talk to me. Dude, that was class. That's one of the best Danny Palm moments.
It was fire.
Boom. You know what else is fire? Let me pull up. So I've been doing a little tinkering, ladies and gentlemen. I got something kind of special for you here.
Is that noise I heard when you were in the other room? Jim's got to go take a call. If you need me, text me.
Jim's doing work stuff. Should we talk? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that call is. Obviously, I hope it's okay.
It was NIC.
Gotcha. NIC.
You know what that is, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, first bout of the evening. I'm going to even go over the order because the order's set. So this is fun. This is your breaking news, is that this is the bout order.
So is the order, hold on, because this might be news to me. Is the order correct in the registry?
Probably not.
Okay, probably not. Guess what? I'm going to correct it as we go.
All right. Here we go. First bout of the evening. You're about to be hype. I sent the blitz. Your boy Big Cheese Jaden Blake versus Tyler Fleming opening up the card.
Boom.
Let's go.
Slack, boom.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
That was correct, by the way, in the registry.
Sweet. Brawl in the Burgh 20, February 24th at the Murraysville Sports Center Arena will kick off with Tyler Fleming versus Jaden Blake. A really cool stout versus PA Combat Sports matchup. Lightweight debuts. You never really know what you're getting out of a debut, but talking to both these guys, I have a feeling they're not going to look like debuts at all. And on top of that, we've talked about this on other podcasts. It's important to start a fight card with a bang, with people who not only are good fighters and will set the tone in the cage, but also bring a crowd, sold tickets, will have the crowd kind of hyped up from the beginning. And both Tyler and Jaden are doing well selling tickets as well. So we know they're going to have a strong cheering section. And both being part of teams that have other fighters on the card, you know, they're going to have their fans as well cheering for them. So we feel like this is just an absolutely killer opening matchup for Brawl in the Burgh 20. I'm hyped for that fight. Danny Palm, you hyped for that fight?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There is a history of opening fights. Like the person that opens them in our cards, like a lot of our opening fights are like older ones are studs now. A lot of our opening fights, like Cowboy was an opening fight.
April 16th.
Yep. And so when you look back and you look at the history of opening fights, it's cool to see the success of a lot of those. So there's a lot of intentionality with our opening fights to make sure that we start things off and get the fans excited and into the game.
Yep, exactly. So the opening bout really
Tony
is
Welsh.
Like Ryan's, dude, that's Tony opened a card.
Mhm.
Dang, that's wild. I don't even remember that. That's hype. But yeah, there is strategy with the opening bout. So Jaden Blake and Tyler Fleming, I want to emphasize, if you think like, oh, I'm the first fight on the least important fight, it's not true. Like the first fight is I want that to be seen as an honor, honestly. Like that is like, we're putting our trust in you to start things off right.
Funny thing. Okay. So kind of a funny story, like Steve Pollenbein, you're probably going to get mad at me for this, but it is what it is. So we were like, we have one time that we're going to have our first ever grappling bout. And Jaden was on the card and we're like, that's cool. Like, let's put him in. So like history will say like the 247's first ever grappling bout was Jaden Pollenbein. Like that's really cool. Well, he didn't want to be.
They didn't see it as
cool
as
that
we
as
did.
cool.
But
so we took him out of there, and that'll never be that. That'll never.
Who got it instead? Liam. That was Liam Jones.
Yeah.
Was the first one, dude. That was a sick match.
But hey,
Liam's a stud.
It is what it is, you know?
Heck yeah. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. And what it is on February 24th is a sick fight card. I was thinking in my head, like, you know, when we do podcasts, we always like you try to say something that you can clip for a reel later. I was like starting to do that, but then I just couldn't take myself seriously and finish it.
The funny thing is, like, we will like for our video guy, Hunter and I will come into the room and just record some. We'll just go back and forth, and Hunter's really good at this, and I just like kind of appease, like, you know, have a different voice in the but Hunter's like really good at it, and that's why he always has like 2 or 3 clips, and they throw me in because they feel bad.
It makes you feel good. Yeah,
we'll sit and go back and forth and just like spout off like these sound bites and like try to get. But did you notice, like, none of the ones where we thought like, oh, this is a good one,
didn't
like,
use those ones. Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
I know. It's funny what they actually end up using. Broadcasting is just different. Like if you've never spoken for real, like commentating, for instance, a lot of people think they can commentate. If you've ever tried it, it's really hard, dude. There's a real art to that. There's a real science. So I saw Ryan Kavanaugh in the Instagram chat. What up, dude? When you get to like a Kavanaugh level of commentating, he's a legend. He's amazing at it. That is not
he's so good.
An accident. Like, dude, he prepares, he treats it like it's the end of the world. Like it's so serious to him. And like, it shows.
The amount that he does it because he loves it.
Oh, yeah, for
right?
sure.
The amount he gets paid to like he's a lawyer.
Mhm.
He's a really successful lawyer. He's at our shows making our show better as like a gift to us. Like it truly
Yes.
is.
Yes.
And so we are like it's just a extreme blessing to have a guy like that just makes your credibility go through the roof. It's awesome having a guy like that.
Absolutely, dude. You know what I also want to shout out while we're at the beginning of the episode. We're talking about the first bout of the night. Let's talk about one of our new sponsors signing on, dude, Hurt Locker.
It's so exciting. Hurt Locker is official sponsor of 247 Fighting. Got him on for Brawl in the Burgh 20. Get a little sneak peek of what it's like to be a sponsor with 247 Fighting, and so stoked. The things they do at Hurt Locker are incredible. They're right on McNeely Road, really conveniently located, close to the city, close to just about everywhere. And those guys, they work so hard, and they're such great experts at getting your body in peak physical condition.
Yeah, we hear some fighters using them. I know Miguel has definitely used Hurt Locker and really lauded what they did for him.
For him. He didn't.
Yeah, true. I
Didn't
don't know
just
why
use, but he uses
facts. And one of my favorite things about our sponsors is that we personally believe in them, right? Like I shop at Strip District Meats all the time. You use Go Green for window installation at the roofing business. Your son trains with Christian, right?
My son does. My son, Christian Hurt, is the owner, one of the owners. He has partners at Hurt Locker, and my son trains there. He's committed full time to football at this stage, as he enters his high school career, and did other sports, and has really narrowed that down to just want to concentrate on football. So as we can't let him lay around the house. He's got to be. He's got to be getting himself ready for his freshman year. So
that's sweet.
Christian is helping him and the team. What a great team they have there, helping him to get where he needs to be to have a great freshman year.
Yeah, man. One huge thing they do that I know differentiates them a little bit that I think is awesome is they focus a lot on mindset training as well. It's not just training the body, but training the mind to compete. And what better sport than fighting for us to partner? How many times do we have fighters in here that say they were always physically better than they would perform in the cage, and it wasn't until they figured out that mental aspect that they were able to actually be as good as they could be? It's so huge in fighting and every sport. Don't get me wrong.
The mental game is the most underrated part of competition. I stress that a lot. And one of the things that Christian and his team do is it's a complete, they're very complete with what they do. I mean, they really have these high school kids and middle school kids really putting themselves in a position to succeed both on the field, academically and mentally. He has actually the really cool thing. He has a monthly meeting where he comes in and talks with kids about like the kids on Zoom about like just different struggles they have. And, and he really
super cool.
It is really, really top notch. And so if you want to go to a place, send your kids to a place, you have a nephew you want to recommend, it's right on McNeely Road. Hurt Locker is the name. Christian Hurt is the game. And they do it in such a great way. We welcome Hurt Locker as a new sponsor to 247 Fighting Championships. Looking forward to making this a nice, long relationship. We like long-term commitments.
Yeah.
And, we also love a little teaser of what you can expect when you have a relationship and a partnership with us.
Absolutely. We got Nico. Well, first I want to jump to the big dog Julian Flannery in the chat on Instagram. What's up, dude? He commented, I opened up for Yins too. So there you go. We try to start with heat. You see that?
It's insane.
And now obviously 5-0, 4-0, 5-0, whatever he is at this point, fighting for a title coming up.
We're gonna have to make a list of the fighters who have opened up for us.
Yeah.
And we're not just saying that, like we are strategic. And I've told these guys it. I used to always set the lineup, and now Hunter does that. And I told Hunter, like, you cannot start off with it can't be like you can't risk it. You got to have someone who either like one or both of these things need to occur.
Right.
Someone who sells a lot of tickets, great. But if it's also someone you expect to be fireworks, that also is what we need to happen.
Yep.
So those are strategic.
Nico in the comments on Facebook. What up, Nico? He said, how is it that you have a fighter named Zack Snyder? He put in parentheses, which is the name of an overrated filmmaker, and a new sponsor that shares the name with an Oscar-winning film, Hurt Locker. That is kind of funny, actually. Zack Snyder competes for us, a filmmaker, Hurt Locker, name of a movie.
Well, here's the thing.
Zack Snyder is not overrated.
It's HIRT.
Yeah, true. That's his last name. But I don't know a thing about Zack Snyder, the filmmaker, to be honest. I don't even know what that is.
Is he overrated, like officially, or is that an opinion?
A Nico opinion. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I know that Zack Snyder, the 247 veteran, is not overrated.
Not at all. He's 2-0. He is exciting, and he looks in the cage in the cage. He looks like he's just like he's been there all the time.
Yep, time of his life. One of the chillest dudes ever.
He'll teep a dog if he has to.
He'll do it.
He'll
Just ask
teep
him.
a dog.
Just ask him. If you didn't see the Zack Snyder podcast, ladies and gentlemen, go on 247 Live. Not right now. Finish watching this first. But after this, watch the Zack Snyder podcast. Danny, Palm, and I talk about it a lot. I'm pretty sure that's the funniest episode to date. I'm pretty sure it is.
I think
Visoki's was up there too.
Visoki's was Darren and
Darren and Cam.
Darren and Cam
they were on fire.
Killing it.
They were on fire. Yeah, you're right. That was a really good one too. Danilo was killing it too. Danilo just cracks me up. Yeah, there's been so many. Yeah, so many awesome ones. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, all right, Jaden Blake, let's stay on track here. Let's focus. Get some Adderall up in you.
Jaden Blake, Tyler Fleming.
Boom. Open.
One more note on that bout. That is Gym of the Year.
Jim's struggling over here. I don't know what's going on, but he's going through it.
That is Gym of the Year versus New Gym of the Year.
Huge. That's
what a
super cool.
way to open the card.
Yep. And rolling right after that, guys, I'm going to say this is my sleeper pick for fight of the night. The one that you're probably not thinking about as being fight of the night because they're still on the up and coming. One of them's a debut. One of them you've seen, but is not quite established, still very young in his career. I'm talking about Noah Gaudiello from Amviares versus Joey Klein from South Prospect Gym in Ohio. That is my sleeper fight of the night. These are two tall, lanky, mean welterweights. Noah is 2-0 with 2 finishes. His last finish, a standing rear naked choke. Wow, he cheesed at the camera while choking Ron Peters. I mean, textbook finish. But Joey Klein, 6'4", 170, boxing background, and his coach, when we asked for information about a fighter, of course he gave me like, what we need, any past combat experience, but he said, what I would say above anything else, he's tall and he's mean. And I'm like, I like the sounds of that. He's mean. So Noah is ready to meet that. I've been talking with Noah's coach and Jamie at Devotion Kickboxing a lot. And they're telling me, Noah's super dialed in. He's taking this extremely seriously. And I guarantee you, Joey is going to meet that energy. When that happens, that's when something special happens. It's a 20-year-old versus a 21-year-old, 6 foot and up in 170. They're just big dudes for the weight class, young, hungry. This one has fight of the night written all over it for me, dude. I'm super hyped about Noah Gaudiello versus Joey Klein. And Joey Klein, Jake Zach's teammate. So he's coming in with Jake Zach. And Joey selling some serious tickets, too. He's going to have, from Ohio, we normally don't see the out-of-towners, sell quite as much for very obvious reasons. But Joey's going to be bringing a crowd, dude. I'm telling you, that fight's going to be hype.
That's music to my ears. You know me. I like hearing people sell tickets.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that fight for sure is going to be hype, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ridiculously stoked about that one. So that is Noah Gaudiello.
Number 2.
Yes. Fight number 2.
I had to move that one. That was not the way it looked in the registry.
Okay. Nice. Fight number 3. Also, Gym of the Year versus New Gym of the Year. How about that? How about that?
What?
The same 2 gyms going at it again.
That's fight number 3?
Dude, that's how stacked this card. I know.
What?
I literally, listen, guys, this isn't just for the camera. I promise. I'm not just saying that because we're selling tickets. I promise. When I was making this sheet, and looking at like the 1, 2, 3, I'm like, holy crap! Like our cards are getting stacked, dude. Like our talent level in this area is getting stacked.
Well, and the greatest thing that, like, if you want to be active, that's going to be accelerated.
Mhm.
Like you're going to be able to fight every month, 2 months, 3 months, like whatever pace you want to go at. We're going to have the opportunities for you with Sunny Days Arena at the venue. I tried to do that like Luke. Sunny Days Arena at the venue.
That does kind of sound like Luke. I like
Yeah.
it. I hear it.
That was my Luke
I hear the
impression.
Luke in there for sure. That is awesome. Yeah. Sunny Days Arena at the venue. If you guys hadn't heard, we were on the news and stuff. That was pretty sweet.
That was fun.
Getting a little coverage. We're heating up on that level, so that's cool, man.
It was funny. After the interview with KDKA, she said, "Wow, you're a very good speaker."
Yeah.
She was shocked.
I mean, if you look at me, do you think this
She's
guy's
like,
gonna be
I
good?"
didn't know cavemen. I didn't know albino undertakers could talk.
Hey, I'm full of surprises, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I like to do. I like to show up with a hand tattoo and a goofy hat, and then speak well. That's the best way to do it.
Done.
Done. If you need a guy to do that, I'm your guy. So fight number 3. All right, let's back on track. Tyler Fleming versus Jaden Blake, opening the card. Fire. Noah Gaudiello versus Joey Klein, double fire. Bout 2. Bout 3, Joao Martinez versus Mike Rattani, which I am so ridiculously excited for this fight.
So sick. I can't believe that's fight 3.
Right,
That's
yeah, I mean,
so ridiculous.
This could easily be much higher up on the card, but as you guys will see, this card is just stacked to the gills. And for, the podcast is always the behind the scenes situation. So let's explain. We mentioned kind of the thought process behind the opening bout. One thing to keep in mind when we're making cards is that we never want to have the same gym in back-to-back bouts. And that's the reason for that, is to give them time to get their fighters ready. Because
and sometimes it's unavoidable.
sometimes you have to, like, it's too stacked. There's just no cushion. Like Chris Williams at BitB20 had like 7 fighters on. It was ridiculous.
Out of 6 fighters, he had 7.
Yeah.
He actually, one of the fights,
Nice.
he had one of his guys against
Another one of his guys.
He
yeah.
would jump over the cage to corner at the right time. It was amazing.
It was the best feat of coaching that
Dude,
we've ever seen.
He's like the Superman of coaches.
He's a legend, dude. Chris Williams, mega underrated.
so
Mega
underrated.
Not for long. Not for long. I don't think.
He's incredible.
Yeah. So when you see the lineups, you'll notice like we never try to have Stout or the Matt Factory or these local gyms that have big rosters back to back. So we'll always try to put a cushion so their corners can get back in the locker room in time and get them properly warmed up and ready to go. So that's just the behind the scenes there. So that also influences the order of the card for sure. But Joao versus Mike Rattani. Rattani's debut at BitB18, I think we can all agree, was one of the more impressive amateur debuts that we've seen in a while.
It was pretty special.
Yeah, he left a mark for all of us. We were like, this kid's not only extremely talented, he's super easy to work with.
He got on the mic.
Really fun personality. We're like, we like everything going on with Mike Rattani.
The good stuff.
Correct.
It was good stuff.
And then Joao, man, ditto, first of all, also an insanely interesting, fun, exciting competitor. This poor dude has had the worst luck. I mean, it's bad. The canceled fights that he's been going through, I legitimately feel bad. So to have him finally locked into about a rock solid opponent, let's go. Let's have some fun with that one.
Let's go. So excited.
Yeah, about 4.
And he's the $900 order boy.
2 of them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Shouldn't talk about another man's money, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, again, selling tickets important for the crowd to keep them hype. And Joao and Mike for sure are both going to have really strong cheering sections. So bout 4. This is the return of an old face who's actually a very young man. But we haven't seen.
Oh, yeah. This was the right order.
Haven't seen Paul Dotson in a while. We haven't seen him. He's been out doing U.S. Marine stuff, defending our nation, which thank you for your service, Mr. Dotson. But he's back. He's motivated. And he's facing somebody that we've heard through the grapevine is pretty good at MMA.
Pretty good at punching faces.
Pretty good. A debut from the Gorilla House. The Gorilla House. Not just Gorilla House. It's like the Ohio State.
The Gorilla House.
Tyler Dybert, a standout high school collegiate level wrestler. now making his MMA debut against Paul Dotson. Ladies and gentlemen, that is bout number 4.
Fun. Gorilla House and Academy.
And yeah, that's another narrative on this card that you'll notice when I talk about like getting a cushion between bouts. There are multiple stout fights. There are multiple academy fights. There are multiple demolition and PA combat sports. So like we had to really layer this card a lot. There's a lot of team support across the board on this card, which is really cool to see. Even South Prospect, an out of town gym. Yeah.
Did you say teen support?
Teen and team. Yes.
Okay, good.
Actually, speaking of teens, the next bout. Actually, there is a teenager in the next bout. What a guy. Actually, Jaden Blake. Funny story, Jim. Let's talk about Jaden Blake getting his
Balaki
and getting his license or ID sent in, because Jaden Blake, for those of you who don't know, we booked this fight, right? Like it was matched, it was signed, and there's a fighter information form that fighters have to fill out with their date of birth and everything. And when I saw Jaden Blake's date of birth, I was like, Jim, he's not 18, bro. He's not going to be approved. Like what was his date? It was like 2006 or 5. I'm like, there's no way. But then I'm like, holy crap, I'm old. Like that totally is an 18-year-old now.
Wait till you're my age, bro.
Yeah. So Jaden is just barely 18, but he submitted like a school ID for his driver's license or something, and he looked legitimately 11 years old. And the commissioner was like, does he have another form of ID? Because I'm not sure.
Birth certificate.
Is there a legal form of ID?
Hall pass. His parents need to write a note.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not sure about this one, guys. Are you sure this isn't a 12-year-old? But yeah, dude, Jaden's ready to bring the heat. That's one thing I know.
All right, so let's talk about. You said
an actual teenager.
The next one.
The next one does have an actual teenager as well. This is the return of Maximilian Jarrell versus Valente Caruso, 2 of the best names in regional MMA by far, and 2 of the best fighters. Amateur, young, up-and-comers in the region as well. So you love everything about this fight. Stout versus rival. We all saw Max Jarrell's debut, and we're very impressed and very eager to see him back
Caruso's
in action.
rival?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
let's go. So that's another one with multiple fighters on the card.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, all over the place on this card. It's really cool. There's going to be a lot of strong team support across the board on this one. But Max versus Val at 145. Sick fight. We've heard good things about Max. We know Lucas Siebert has already said that Max is going to be the next guy to win that 145 AMI belt. So that's Lucas Siebert making a call for his teammate. Let's see if he's right. His teammate. Let's see if he's right, or if Val Caruso is going to spoil the party, because we've seen Val do it before in our cage to Mr. Cam Smith. Looked awesome in that. Super strong grappler. Max's stand-up was very dynamic in that debut, so I was impressed with that. If Val can grapple the way he did against Cam Smith, though, we're going to get to see a different side of Max Jarrell. We're going to get to see what his grappling's made of. So that's very exciting to me. And I like that matchup a lot.
Hey, FYI, I'll say this on the air.
Mm-hmm.
When we announce fights, we got to remember to open them up make them viewable on the registry, because all these are hidden.
Nice.
Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Jake Zach. Know what I'm saying? Dude, I love Jake Zach. Dude's hilarious. So that's
unintentionally, though. Unintentionally.
I think it's intentional. I do think it's intentional.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying.
All right, so listen to this, guys. Jaden Blake versus Tyler Fleming opening. Noah Gaudiello versus Joey Klein. Joel Martinez versus Mike Rattani. Paul Dotson versus Tyler Dybert. Max Jarrell versus Val Caruso. Straight in to a fan favorite. A 5-time 247 veteran in the span of like 3 months. He's fought for us 5 times. Glenn Christner.
We don't exaggerate at all.
Versus Andrew Smith from Demolition Fight Team. Andrew's 2-2. Glenn is 2-1. These are 2 welterweights right on the cusp of advanced AMI and an eventual pro career. This is like the last big test for them before taking that next step. Again, 2 really young guys, 20 versus 22 years old. AMVR Ace versus Demolition Fight Team. You got to love everything about this matchup. If you guys have followed us for any amount of time, within the past year, you've seen Glenn fight like 3 times, and all 3 were bangers. This dude cannot be boring. He can't.
Probably seen him chug an energy drink too.
He can't even be boring in here.
Yeah,
he's hilarious.
He's an amazing character.
How
I love Glenn.
He's been on BitB13 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. So he's probably going to be on
That's so-
21, 22, 24.
That's so crazy.
25.
He probably would have been on the other ones too. There was probably a very specific reason why he wasn't on those other ones.
He was picking up his energy drink supply on the other ones.
Fun note on this one: Glenn previously fought at 185, and he's dropping down to 170. He did usually come in a little underweight, like 183 or so. But he's a big, strong dude, and I'm going to be interested in seeing him at 170 for sure. If it's going to help or hurt him,
I think on at weigh-ins he's going to look like you did,
dude, all sucked out, lips cracking, just like purple lips. Oh, that was brutal. Yeah, but Glenn's ready to do the thing. I know Andrew Smith's ready to do the thing. Demolition is such an incredible team, guys, and you're going to hear more about them later. But we've been super impressed by Demolition Fight Team and what Gary Young and the crew's doing there. So to get another one of their amateurs on one of our cards is awesome. And to have the matchup be against Glenn Christner is just doubly awesome because Glenn's going to put him through the pace. We're going to definitely see what Andrew Smith is made of one way or another, and I'm excited for that. So that's awesome. You want to take bout 7? You want to take bout 7? Do you have the sheet?
No, you don't share anything with me.
I literally sent it to you, bro. Okay, I'm gonna.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna pick bout 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So bout 7. Let's see if I'm right. So
you're not gonna be right.
I'm gonna pick. Okay, there's 3 choices that it could be. And so that means I have a 33% chance without anything. Mm-hmm. I'm choosing
it's
the catch weight bout.
No.
Really?
Unbelievable, bro.
This guy does not pay attention.
He doesn't listen.
Wait, why? Why?
Because he doesn't listen. He just doesn't listen to anything.
What did I do?
This guy.
See?
When you get Danny Palm chiming in, that's when you know it's
and
bad.
He knows this guy.
Oh my goodness gracious! Let's bout 7.
That should be a little.
I'm
clip right
so
there.
confused. Did you say this guy?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. You're going to have to watch
the
podcast back and see what you missed. Bout 7, ladies and gentlemen. Just before intermission, we're going to lead into intermission with an absolute bang. See, that's the thought process here, and also again the spacing with gyms. Edwin Vera versus Jamison Murray. Right before intermission to go in with a bang. You heard, dude. I am so excited. We mentioned at the top, if you guys weren't here for the show before the show, we have an after party at the Coxcomb in Murraysville. It's like literally a 5-minute drive from the venue. It's going to be amazing. They're going to do food and drink specials. I already told them that they need a drink called the Jew Herd. And I promise if you make that drink, all of Edwin's fans will buy it and be very excited about it.
What did I miss that gave that away? Just tell me.
I really don't know. I thought we were just making fun of you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm pretty
awesome.
sure we're just making fun of you, which was, it was awesome.
Yeah, I don't have feelings. Don't worry.
So Edwin's back, one of the most tenured 247 fighters of all time, along with Glenn Christner. So that's also why I wanted to stack them back to back as a nod to that. And any Edwin fight, again, has there ever been a boring Edwin Vera fight? Does it exist?
I mean, okay, I will say, I don't know that it was boring, but the fight in Johnstown wasn't like,
well, yeah,
there wasn't exciting.
Yeah, sure. He got submitted a little quickly.
He got caught quick early, got choked out by a really
Cam Sandoval's a stud, ladies
he's a
and gentlemen.
stud.
If you keep up with him, he's doing real good things.
He's a pro now.
Yep.
Well, it's nice to have Edwin Vera back. Edwin Vera is he's one of the OGs. He fought in like every early card except for the first one. He has been 247 through and through. He took a fight in another promotion to stay active and stay busy, and wants to fight only with 247. We want him to only fight for 247. I personally love Edwin Vera. I think he should run for office. He is awesome.
I agree with all that.
Yeah,
totally. I would elect. I'm dead serious, and this says as much about how much I truly value politics and think they matter as much as I like Edwin Vera. If Edwin Vera ran for president, I would vote for Edwin Vera.
You heard?
It would be a much better life with Edwin Vera running the show.
We got to get him in here. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
we got to
Dude,
get
we keep
him
trying.
in here.
If he could, yeah, okay. We'll talk about that off air.
If he can
We'll-
stay out of trouble.
Yeah. Jameson Murray, by the way, I don't want this to be the Edwin show because I'm super impressed by Jameson Murray. 10-fight vet, first of all, which you cannot, replace
You can't
experience in the
replicate
cage.
that.
You cannot replicate that. And he's super hungry. I mean, Jim knows. Ryan, I don't know if you've seen the messages, but like
Mhm.
James Murray's freaking ready to go. Like he's not coming in to get slaughtered by Edwin by any means. He wants to put on a show. He's already also asking us who's going to be defending the 155 title. Like he's already thinking, how can I stay involved with 247? If I come in, put on a show against Edwin, get a big win, how can I take the next step with them? So that's always really cool to see, man. I really appreciate that, James. And we're excited to have you, brother.
He sent me his pick for that title bout last night.
Nice. I
Yeah.
like it. See, he's already doing his research and everything. He's taking it seriously, man. So that's a banger fight. Edwin Vera versus Jameson Murray. And then we're going to hit intermission. So you guys can take a little breather, get some drinks,
Catch your breath.
catch your breath.
Tinkle.
You can tinkle.
Yeah.
Tinkle. You can. Absolutely. Nicholas Leone says we need an after party for Sprawl 3. I agree with that, dude. Let's we'll work on that. Don't worry. We'll have something there.
Speaking of intermission, let's take a little intermission ourselves and talk about a new sponsor.
Oh my goodness. Are you talking about Roney Construction?
Roni
Ryan Middleton?
Construction.
I mean, it's always cool to add to the team, right? You get a construction involved. So this is the good hard work of our man Sean Poland is helping us out, helping us sign some new sponsors, growing the business, being a part of our overall growth. As you guys have noticed, with the new venue, with everything else we got going on, things are kind of changing here, and all in positive ways. Very thankful for it. Sean's a really big part of that. He's doing a great job. He snagged us Mr. John Roney, who is a big MMA fan, owns a construction company, wants to support the local scene.
He's at all of our shows already.
Let's go.
And now he's taken that step up and becoming a full-fledged sponsor. Dipping his toe in the water for Brawl in the Burgh 20. He wants to see what this is all about.
Yep. And he does everything, man. I mean, whether you need concrete, you need excavation, you need a new driveway, you need walls fixed, Roney Construction's your guy for that. So that's where that's going. And we're excited to have him move up from just a fan buying tickets to a sponsor helping be a part of this and growing the scene and having a little better view of the fights as well from where the sponsors sit.
There's a lot of questions in the construction industry. I mean, they're just plagued with questions. And Roney Construction has the answers. If you have a construction, need,
Mhm.
Roney's got the answers. So give him a call.
Boom. John Roney,
Boom.
ladies and gentlemen, along with the Hurt Locker coming in as a new sponsor starting at BitB20 February 24th in Murraysville.
Welcome to the team, guys. There's a bunch of other sponsors that I'm sure you, if you're mingling around, you'll get to talk to, and we welcome you with open arms to the team.
Just saw Bobby Stafford and Jacob Fenton join the chat, which is funny because as we had our Sprawl 3 meeting earlier today, I believe both of their names came up.
Mhm.
So, hey, Jacob, if you're listening, bro, if you're still here, talk to your coach. Tell your coach, check your phone, Jake. Jake, check your phone, dude.
Chickadee check. How's that? Hey Danny, is that camera working now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice,
all right.
Nice. Yeah, but Jacob Fenton, true believer guy. We love Coach Jake and that whole team. They're amazing. So that was said with love, if you guys are sarcastic. About eight.
Jake from
State
Farm.
I was trying to think of like a
What is it?
jiu-jitsu twist on it.
No,
It is Jake from State Farm.
is
but
it?
Jake
Okay.
from Break Arm. There we go. Anyway, after intermittent. Okay, here. So this is kind of a cool episode with the bout order because you guys get to see like the method behind the madness as well.
There's plenty of madness.
A
We
whole
just
lot.
question the method.
Yeah, a whole lot. But when you come out of intermission, what you have to reignite the crowd, right? It's almost like another opening bout of the night.
Yes, it's like opening bout of the night number 2.
Exactly. And what better way to do that? Do you want to take another guess of which one this is going to be?
He knows this one.
No, he's going to get it wrong again. He's going to say the same one as last time.
I was going to say the same one as last
He
time.
should be
Yeah.
able to, like,
I mean,
just by deduction.
Any one of those,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, I agree. The
Yeah,
same
but
one
you
as
got-
last
and
time.
it's
would've
a
been good.
clean slate from any one of those three is a complete.
There has to be strategy involved. with that,
banger.
though.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Any one of those three is eligible.
In Ryan's defense, all of these are really good
So
candidates.
stop right there. Stop right there. We're not
Don't defend
defending.
him.
Yes, come on.
Yeah.
He said in Ryan's pretense.
So we've got out of intermission the hometown kid,
That's what I was.
Craig McGregor Perry versus Chance Grillo. The Academy versus Henzo Gracie Morgantown.
The backyard brawl, the real backyard brawl.
Truly is. It truly is. I mean, it's amazing that Craig is literally where Craig went to middle school is quite literally across the street from the sports zone, like right across the street.
He
This
didn't
is
make
his
it
turf.
all the way out of middle school,
No,
but
no.
hey, that's beside the point.
It doesn't
He's
matter.
coming over after recess, right?
That's actually what it is. Yes. Him
Is-
and Chance are going to fight near the seesaws, actually. How great would that be?
Is Craig coming to the coxcomb afterwards?
If he doesn't, we need
I
to have a
mean-
talk. He needs to come.
Craig, you need to fire up the squad and head on over to the coxcomb because I have a sneaking suspicion there's going to be some kind of special.
Some kind of Craig Perry Murraysville special. And just to say, not just Craig, any fighter on this card, if you're listening, like make a point to come to the after party. I've seen personally at some of our other after parties, some really cool interactions, man, of like fighters who had, sometimes it was their opponent and they become really good friends. And like to this day, I see a lot of them talking to each other on Facebook and keeping in touch. Like it really is a great way to decompress, socialize, and it's a really cool atmosphere.
I know guys that went to the after party. Like we've had after parties at different various events, and some we haven't had after parties for.
Mhm.
But I've seen guys that now have people that used to just come to our shows. Now they come to the shows as a fan of that, and they use that fighter because they got to meet him in person, use that fighter and credit him for their ticket sales. Like it's a great opportunity to build up your fan base.
Yep. And again, the Coxcomb is just a really cool place. Like
It's
you're gonna
super,
like it.
super cool bar.
You're gonna like it in general. That's a promise.
And just here's my one piece of advice. If you want to eat, order when you get there, because one, they're gonna have a big rush, and two, the kitchen's open till midnight. The bar's open all night long, baby. Not all night, but like
2
pretty late.
a.m.
Yeah.
The longest you can legally be open in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, which is great. So Craig Perry versus Chance Grillo is going to bring us out of intermission with a bang, and we're going to flow right into a fight that I have been interested in since I've been involved with 247, since I've seen these guys fight the first time. I'm talking about Dan Walters from High Ground Jiu-Jitsu versus Evan DeRusi from Indio Dojo. Ladies and gentlemen, 3-1 versus 3-0. Savage versus Savage. Two of the most talented amateur fighters in the region. 170. These two have been on a collision course from their very first fights. It was inevitable that they were going to fight each other at some point. This fight, let's announce it on the podcast. It's a title eliminator, straight up. Winner of this one gets a title fight. They both know it. Their coaches know it. We even have...
And I think they're happy and they know it.
They're happy and they know it. And we even have an opponent in mind that I won't say that on the podcast, but just know, they all know. Like everybody's aware of the stakes here, and they are awesome.
This is my favorite
Wait,
fight.
they get steaks too?
Strip District Meats, shout out.
Ba, ba,
straight from
ba,
the source.
ba.
Actually, Evan DeRusi did win the meat bucks last time and got a whole lot of good steaks when he was
That's
there.
right.
Yeah, dude. Insane fight. You said it's your favorite fight on the card?
Well, yes, because of what it does for BitB20.
Yeah, it's insane.
So I'm thinking, like, I'm going to propose right now that we set up each card that way, that we pick fights from like this card, and then we automatically slot them for the next card against somebody that's already sitting there waiting, and it makes matching a whole lot easier.
It does. It does. It rarely, sometimes in MMA, as everybody knows, it's so unpredictable that you can't project into the future. But when you can and when it works, just like Cowboy Eddie and Hootley, like we had that ready to go already. We had Dan Walters versus Evan DeRusi ready to go already too. And when you can, it's awesome, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
when you can take a peek into the future and line things up, it's pretty nice. And it doesn't always work. There's ones where you're like, this fight's happening now, then there's an injury or there's a,
Yep.
I need to, like, I met a girl.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time
That
for
happens,
this
by the
nonsense
way.
anymore. Like,
That's-
it's a real thing. Like, but we kind of like have some things that are like these two should like be good to go soon.
Right. And the title fight, guys, that we're setting up is freaking awesome too.
Yeah,
Like, it's
buddy.
just amazing. No matter how you slice it. Thanks, Danny Palm. You're
Danny
the man.
Palm, look at
You're the
you,
man.
dude.
So
He's
guys,
like, these guys need to loosen up.
yeah, we're too stiff over here. That's about
Did
9.
you ask Jim?
He hates IPAs.
Incredibly putrid ale.
I know.
No, I disagree with that.
About 10, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one. Ryan, do you want to guess which one this is now? Stick to
I think I got
guns.
this.
Stick
Oh.
to your guns. What do you got?
There's only one that it could be.
Exactly.
There's Drew and Timbo.
Drew the Lunatic Landefeld versus Timbo Slice, 2 absolute crowd favorites. I think if you polled a general sense of most action-packed fighters, a lot of them are actually on this card. Glenn Christner for sure, Drew Landefeld for sure, Timbo Slice for sure. All on that list, no doubt. So I'm like, Jim, amazing matchmaker, obviously. But let's be honest, this is pretty much a no-brainer right here. Like, you want to take 2 of the most exciting guys that will fight anybody anytime and put them together? Yeah, I think we'll do that. That sounds like a pretty good idea.
I think I got the rest of the order down.
I'm sure you can take it from here for sure. So Drew Landefeld, 2-3, Timbo Slice, 2-2. They're also looking to kind of make that last push before going pro. And I want to specifically say, Timbo Slice had one wish after the Cowboy Eddie fight, which we know he took on very short notice and like stepped up like a champ for us there. Actually, this is twofold. A, Timbo Slice wants to eventually get down to 145. This is at a catchweight of 150, so it's like a little test cut. See how you feel cutting a little weight?
Wait, when you said he had one wish, you didn't say what that was yet.
I know. I'm getting
Okay,
there.
go
I
ahead.
changed it into a twofold wish.
Yeah, okay.
First, get below 155. Second wish, give me somebody who's not going to wrestle me the entire time. He wants to stand and bang so badly. And I told Drew Landefeld that. And Drew was just like, don't worry.
He's got a dance partner.
Yeah. Don't worry. You want somebody to sling leather? You already
So
know
that
I'm
means
your
this fight's going to be on the ground the whole time?
guy. This is actually a Sprawl in the Burgh
I said I
matchup.
wasn't going to wrestle.
I lied. One of the
This
best.
is poker. You believe me?
That was one of the best post-fight interview opening lines ever.
Wait,
Love
what
it.
was it?
James Leto against Manuel Bell. He
Oh,
was like, I said I wasn't going to wrestle. I lied. It was awesome.
well, so where was it with Luke that he said he wasn't going to wrestle?
Yeah, on MMA Fancast,
Okay.
I guess he said that, which is awesome. So that's about 10, ladies and gentlemen. There's 3 left. What do you say, about
ladies
this
and gentlemen? The next bout of the evening.
one? I mean, what do
It's the lightweight title fight amateur. You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like is we got to tell Drew to stop saying
catch weight.
no, to stop saying the advanced amateur title.
I didn't notice that he said that.
He does.
Nice.
We got, yeah.
All right.
But
Oh,
okay,
it's probably
so
our fault, to be honest.
yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
It says it
It's-
on the sheet
It's 100% our fault, or like Jim's fault.
specifically.
Clayton Hoot Lee and Cowboy Eddie Edgar Parrilla.
Nice. That was decent.
Parrilla.
Little roll there. You got the little roll.
I can roll. I can roll.
Guys, if you haven't seen the hype video that Pittsburgh Flyover, our dude Anthony Brandy
Oh,
made
I
for this,
I boosted that, by the way.
you got to see it. You got to see this. If you weren't already hyped for this matchup, which you should be, you will be after watching this hype video. Brandy killed it. I got a lot of text messages personally of people just saying, bro, like that video just made me so hyped for that fight. I got a text from one of the two fighters involved that said, dude, that video just gave me goosebumps. Let's go. Like, it hyped them up, hyped their fans up, hyped random fans up, hyped people who this might be their first experience with 247. This might be this is one heck of a way to get involved. Like, if you're thinking about coming to one of our shows and you've never been to a show, this is a prime one to get started with. It's going to set the bar high.
Here's the thing. After you come to our show, you'll realize, like to this show, you'll realize that this is how we do it. I did it again. Look at these two. You don't like it?
Jim, what do we do about this?
This is how we do it.
That just keeps them going.
No wonder why. I actually bought candy instead of the singing lessons.
Ryan, quick question my dad has for you. What size is Jim's pullover? Do you know what size hoodie you're wearing, Jim?
Oh, is that what he was?
Yeah.
Do you want him to look like this?
I guess Ryan gave my dad a hoodie or a jacket that must have been like a small or a medium.
It was an extra large Pakistan size.
Oh, that was what. Yeah, they're so small.
Yeah.
They're so small. We need me and my dad need like triple X's in that make for sure. So guys, Cowboy Eddie versus Hootley. Again, you already know we're going to be finding food and drink specials for those two for the after party at the Coxcomb. So get ready for that. But mostly, I mean, I'll say it. I'm okay saying this. We hired extra security because of this fight, guys. Like, that's what we expect. I can't put it any more plainly that this isn't just promoter speak.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, if you're listening and you're like, that's like, there will be zero, like, no tolerance towards violence.
Yeah.
You can be as loud and crazy and like have fun and all that stuff. But the moment there's like anything that is like violence,
you're gone.
Even like posturing up, like you're out.
Yep. And
so don't do it. And
if you do it before the fight, you're
won't
going to
even
miss the
see
fight,
it.
bro. You're going to ruin it for yourself. So don't do it. Don't do it after either. Don't be that guy. It's not cool. It's not fun. It doesn't make anybody's experience better. Be rowdy though, for sure. Be rowdy and fun.
If you can't act like a human being, then don't drink the alcohol. Like
that's true.
But
Very
if you
true.
can, drink lots of it.
Facts. drink a lot if you can. So we've got Cowboy Eddie versus Hootley title fight right before the pro fights of the evening. We got two pro fights, ladies and gentlemen. The first of which.
Does he know what the order is?
I mean, and like just saying, I do, but it could go either way.
You could make a case either way. There's just vastly more experience on the one matchup. So out of respect for that, I feel like it has to be the main event. And also, it is Mateo's backyard. So I just spoiled the main event for you guys, obviously. But about 12.
I mean, I think everyone knows at this point.
Crap.
Crap.
I tried
Not
to say-
correct.
I tried to say correct and fact at the same time. And it was like crap.
I like me some crap.
I was like, what was that? Anyway, about 12 of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, co-main event. Lucas Sniper Siebert, pro debut, versus Jake the Mullet Man Zach. Two absolute 247 legends. Jake Zach he has some of my favorite.
He has such
ever.
an epic.
He's amazing.
I mean, Lucas says it's unintentional. We think it's intentional and it's awesome and we love it and we want more of it. As was said previously, it's some other way.
Jake Zach honestly seems like he's out of an episode of South Park. and I could not love that more.
Yeah. He's a character.
He's awesome.
He is truly like a legendary character.
And he's about to be put to the test against Siebert. We all know 247 AMI featherweight champ, advanced AMI featherweight champ. He won at Sprawl in the Burgh against Gavin Teasdale. This dude has done nothing but win inside our cage. And now he's making his pro debut with us, putting in a lot of time with Stout, feeling real ready for this. We talked about ticket sales earlier. He's really upped his ticket sales for this fight. So he's taken that element of it very seriously as well. He's going to have a big fan base out there. Can't say enough about Lucas and Jake both in terms of their talent. In a matchup sense, this is an absolute banger. On the surface, just as a straight up fight, great fight. But then you add in the personalities, the history. Jake Zach beat Siebert's teammate at BitB20 and made a little bit of a show about it in a way that maybe Chip Snyder wasn't super happy about either after the finish. But let him know. Let him know. I just came into enemy territory and beat your boy. And Jake Zach embraces that heel roll. So don't think for a second he doesn't want to do it again against Lucas Siebert. He knows exactly the stakes, and he wants to do it again. Do what he did to Hogaback. Do it again.
And Lucasina is that's the new that's
Lucasina.
because they're someone said, oh, there's another power couple, Pittsburgh power couple. So I was saying Lucasina.
I thought, okay. Wow, I missed what you were doing there entirely.
Oh, see,
I
like
thought
Benifer.
Yeah, see,
I get it.
That's
Now.
stupid too.
I get it.
Benifer's stupid.
What else is stupid, Jim?
Rye Dog is stupid.
What else is stupid, Jim?
Benifer.
Wearing blue hat with a black and gold shirt. How about that, Jim?
Brutal, dude.
Rye Dog is stupid, I think.
Brutal. Rye Dog.
Especially when you
Rye
give
Doggo.
yourself that nickname.
Was that a self-appointed nickname?
Tell the story. Tell the story.
I never knew Rye Dog was self-appointed.
It was not. It was not.
So on one of his trucking road
I got
trips,
some thoughts.
No, that's not true. You don't know
he's
anything.
looking in the mirror while he's sitting at a truck stop.
Bet.
He's like, rye cat, rye.
cat. Rye cat.
Roof, roof.
Unbelievable.
That's it, rye dog.
It's actually. Do you remember? What was the music sharing Napster?
Oh yeah.
It was actually a Napster thing, but I'll leave that
That's
for
a
another
story for another day, right there. We've got our main event of the evening.
We didn't talk about Lucas at all.
We did. What are you talking about? We totally shined Lucas.
Did we? Okay, sure. Whatever.
Did we? Danny Palm. Did I talked about Lucas?
I
feel
felt like
I
we talked about
Lucas.
Jake, and that was it. Jake from State Farm.
Talk about Lucas more. Go ahead.
I mean, if he's your crush,
He's off the market now, dude.
I
Sad.
know.
Sad.
It was a sad day in the 2-4. There was like genuinely like a text message. Hunter was like,
Bro.
I can't believe this.
Bro, you
Like,
stole
why
Lucas.
why is he doing this to me? How can he do this
Doesn't
to
he
me?
know? Doesn't he know? I guess didn't make my feelings clear enough, but it's all right. We'll manage.
I mean, sometimes you just have to be open and honest.
that's true.
Like, you
That's
can't
very
blame
true.
the other person when you
That's
don't
true.
really express yourself.
Facts. That's super true. So Lucas and Jake Zach, ladies and gentlemen, co-main event, huge banger of a matchup. The main event.
Lucas Siebert, let me say something about Lucas.
Good.
So Lucas Siebert has had test after test after test. Like, it's always like, well, we have the next test. And to be quite honest, like, the next test is like fighting a pro. Like, he hasn't done this before now. And every time it's been pass with flying colors. Can he continue to do that? Jake Zach is a complete beast.
Yeah.
And I also, the thing about Jake Zach is I think he is very much under the radar and underrated. I think there's a certain ability for some reason for people to look past him. He went to a decision with Ferdoz, who is a complete beast.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to do in a 15-minute fight. Like,
Especially at pro. Like Ferdoz's game was always tailored to be a pro.
yeah, for sure. So I just think that this is another test for Lucas. The thing about Lucas is he's like, bring another test on. Like, I want those. And he's getting it.
He's getting it.
It's time to get to it.
In the co-main event of the evening, Lucas Siebert versus Jake Zach, which only leaves one fight, ladies and gentlemen. The marquee matchup of the night, the main event. Top it! Mateo Garner versus Bronco Busick. Two more 247 FC vets and two very experienced professional fighters. They have 10 professional fights between them. A that's a in this area, dude. That's a high level of experience at pro
Mhm.
for sure. 10 combined pro fights, big time. And
It's no Ethan Goss.
yeah, true.
But
It's that next wave that's coming for sure. And Bronco really has been super motivated for this fight, man. He's been training at Stout a lot on Saturdays. He's been doing a lot of cross training, has been telling us how hungry he is. I understand he welcomed a new addition to his family with the birth of a baby girl, which is awesome. So congrats on that, Bronco. And don't think for a second that that doesn't add more fuel for him. He has more to fight for now, and that matters.
tell the fine folks, you know, one of the controversial thing about this fight.
What's controversial about it? I'm trying to
I
think of
mean,
what that is.
What's next down the line?
Oh, Mateo has a fight in March. Is it March 18th or something
I
like
don't
that?
know when it is.
For LFA. He signed an LFA fight after this, and it's like a month after or so. So one could look at that and say Mateo's looking past Bronco.
We're not saying that's the case, but
I'm just saying.
I will say that it's very rare for someone to take a fight and then take a fight within a relatively short time, already line it up afterwards. That's fairly rare in our world.
Yeah, the smallest thing, and that's not even to say like even if Mateo wins but gets a really bad cut, breaks a toe, like who knows what could happen even in a win. So yeah, it's a dangerous move, but as a fight right here on February 24th, that is insane matchup. I love it. At 205 also, by the way, if you guys are watching and wondering, because both guys fight at either 85 or 205. This one's at 205. I think Mateo does eventually want to wind up at 85, and maybe Bronco does as well. But I like that we're going to get a non-depleted. This basically they're walking around weights, which will result in probably better endurance.
Did you see DeWitt Dixon is going down to 135?
Flyweight DeWitt Dixon. That's
no, I said 35.
No, I know. I was just taking it a step farther. But yeah, Mateo Garner, top 8. You all know the crowd he brings, but Bronco also brings a very strong crowd. We're hyped about that one, ladies and gentlemen. That is a very worthy main event. 2 super experienced pros. Bronco, Bellator vet. Mateo, an LFA vet. Let's have some fun with that one. This whole card, guys, as you just heard, top to bottom, nutso. The crowd, we can say for sure, you know, we talked about ticket sales a lot on this podcast. The crowd's going to be really good there. Everybody is selling well. The all metrics suggest that the night is gonna be wild inside the Murraysville Sports Center Arena. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, highly urge you to do that. February 24th, Murraysville Sports Center Arena, 247fighting.com for your tickets. And get them because, as you will see on the seating chart, front row seats are gone. Second row seats, there's like 2 left. If you wanted a prime spot, they're very quickly running out. So just letting you know, people are just as hyped as we are about this. And if you didn't get your tickets yet, you're about to miss out. So don't miss out. Don't do that.
Don't miss out.
All right. One quick thing. Let's finish this on this note. I want to hear everybody's fight of the night prediction. I want to hear Danny Palms first.
Dan Walters versus Evan Drusi.
Nice. Jimothy, what you got?
Same.
Rye Dog, Rye Cat.
Come back to me.
Rye Cat. You're the only one left.
Right.
You said?
Yeah, I could do it. I'm going Timbo and Landefeld. It's just one of those ones that you see it and there's neither one of those guys is going to back up for a second. But
that's interesting. That's interesting. I'm going Hoot. I'm going Hoot and Cowboy, and I think it's going to be an epic battle in lightweight Pittsburgh MMA history. I really feel like there's going to be an unmatched level of intensity and energy in the arena that we're going to witness a historic moment in Pittsburgh MMA history.
Yeah.
I really feel that way.
That's super fair. And I guarantee you the energy in that place is going to be just bananas. It's going to be electric.
That being said, I think, that Lucas Siebert, Jake Zach fight right after that back-to-back, I think it's hard to pick. There are like I think I saw Timbo Slice post, guys. I just want to like let you guys know that there's a pretty slim chance of me winning fight of the night on this one because there's like 13 fights on this card that have a shot at that.
He's like, I always go for fight of the night. It's going to be tough on this one.
It really, truly, this is a great.
He knows.
It's a great fight.
He knows. He follows. He's obviously a 247 lifer. He's deep in it, so he knows all these fighters and understands these matchups. Jimothy, what a job, dude! Like, it is. It's seriously hard to pick fight of the night. You can go any way. Yeah. Honestly, like you could say any of them, and you can make a case why.
Listen, guys. So that's why it's so important. One, it's important for you as a fighter if you're listening. Like we're about to enter fight week. You have a like. Everyone like gets excited about fight week. That's a fan thing. For fighters, that's not a fun time. That's a tough time. That's the tough week of the camp. And a lot of the camp can be fun but grueling and all of those things. But the last week, fight week, is very difficult and very tough, and not there's not a ton of enjoyment that week until after weigh-ins.
Yep.
So I forget where I was going with this, but it's going to be an epic card. Like for fighters, they all have a chance at this point to get meat bucks. Performance of the night. Go out there and perform. You have a bunch of people that really want these meat bucks. They're awesome. Strip District Meats provides a nice chunk of nice gift card, $200 gift card for performance of the night. Only one fighter is awarded that. They're all trying to go for that. From a fan perspective, think about that. You have all of these awesome fights, all of these awesome fighters, and they're all digging deep to get those meat bucks. Like, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be epic. It's going to be a fight card you don't want to miss. So you need to get your butt to 247fighting.com right now. Get your tickets. We actually released a couple that we had held back for friends and family, sponsors, stuff like that. We released a couple. I think most of those are gone now. So you're back out to the perimeters, but those seats are filling fast. Get to 247fighting.com now to not miss out on this awesome night of fights in Murraysville.
Get it. Couldn't have said it better. Let's end this thing, Danny Palm, February 24th. See y'all there. Let's go.